Alright, so I want to make a video about something that's kind of near and dear to my heart. It's an issue that's been coming up recently with the protests and whatnot. Alright, so here's the deal. I'm a white guy, but I grew up downstate New York. Got lots and lots and lots and lots of black people, Hispanic people, Asian people, Central American people, all different kinds of people. And the idea that people are not racist in 2020 is like freaking ridiculous. All right, I moved upstate. I've seen it and I've heard it. And if you don't follow me on Facebook, you should read some of the comment threads. There's the racism from people who claim not to be racists is that's a whole nother level of people not being racist. I don't even have words for some of it. Like it's unbelievable. All right, to the idea that it's not enough not to be racist, that's bullshit, right? If you're not a racist, you're not a racist. But if a couple of weeks ago you were like, yeah, when the protesters were marching on the Michigan state capitol, you know, armed white men, and you were fine with that, I was fine with that. I totally get it. I totally get it. But if this past week you had unarmed protesters marching across the Brooklyn Bridge and you're going, why is this allowed to continue? You might be a racist. I don't even have words for that one. Or like, I'm not a racist. I don't see race. But I don't want to associate with those black people. or the best yet, well, you know, would you like to go down to the march with me, and we can pray with people, and you know, maybe some people are more comfortable with you know somebody else praying with them. They don't want to, or afraid to pray for themselves or whatever. You pray with them, or just pray for them, and you know, just turn to the Lord. And, oh, I wouldn't go anywhere near there. It's shameful the way those coloreds are behaving. From someone who claims not to be a racist. A buddy of mine tells me out of one side of his mouth that it's Antifa infiltrating those protests and causing trouble. Couldn't agree more. I've seen it myself. I've literally seen it myself. Black clothes, color-coded masks or shoelaces or bracelets or painted hair. Yep, I've seen it. Literally seen it. My own two eyes in this past week. In multiple cities. Now, in the next breath, he said it's the protesters getting violent and throwing things and burning things. That's uncalled for. Those protesters need to stop. It's not the protesters doing it. It's not the protesters doing it. It's not the protesters doing it. You know, Martin Luther King said that the riot is the language of the unheard. Right? If you start equating peaceful protests with the people you know are infiltrating their ranks and causing trouble, especially Antifa, because they're communists. You have to know that, right? They are revolutionary communists. And here's another one. They're not black. By and large, Antifa people are not black. The people being caught rioting are not black. They're white. And they're from out of town. They're always from out of town. if you're not a bigot, stop doing it. When somebody says, you know, racists really don't need to be on my page, and you start flaming racist shit on my page, you're a racist. That's how that is, man. And if you don't see that there's a difference between races, you're out of your damn mind. There absolutely is a difference between races, and it's a good thing. It's the way it's supposed to be. They have a completely different culture from us. And that's okay. They don't want, by and large, to live in suburbia with you. They, by and large, don't want to go to your white graham cracker church. They don't want that. I want that. I want that. They don't want that. They want to go to a different kind of church with a different kind of message, with a pastor who doesn't sound like your pastor. They're reading from the same book of scripture, just have a different take on things, and that's okay. They're not going to listen to the same music as you. They're not going to enjoy a glass of wine with you. They probably don't want to live next to you. And that's okay. Wondering why they don't assimilate into suburban white culture. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I met my wife and I moved upstate, and we had our kids. It's beautiful up here. It's beautiful. But the people are freaking unbelievable. Oh my God, like half the people you meet are just like, you know how many times a week on job sites I've heard the N-word? Up here in upstate New York. Now how many times have I heard it in the South? Never. Never. Other than black people calling each other the N-word. And that's between them. It's part of their thing. They own it. They get to say it. You don't. That's the way it is. You know? We joke around about being called cracker. I think it's hilarious when somebody calls me a cracker. I think it's hilarious when somebody calls me, you being honky. Whatever. Call me what you will. Call me what you will. But yeah, like, you know, people get uncomfortable when you hear rap music and they think, oh my God, I'm sorry, what? What's the matter with it? What's the matter with hip hop? What's the matter with reggae? It's good music. Good music. Might not be your thing, but it's good music. And just because you don't hear the message they're trying to say in some of the records, some of it drives me crazy. Like the mumble rap and the get the money and, get laid and all that stuff. Yeah, it's not new. Frankie Valli was singing about it too. Just little double entendres back in the day. The Beach Boys, what do you think they were singing about? Wouldn't it be nice if we were older and we wouldn't have to wait so long? What do you think they're talking about? What do you think they're talking about? Yeah, same shit. Here's the thing, right? If you think that somehow black families are, like, I don't know what you think they're doing behind closed doors. They just don't cook the same food as you. They don't sound like you. They don't talk like you. They don't want to be you. They don't want to live in your neighborhood, by and large. Some do, some don't. Overwhelmingly, they don't want to live next to you. They want to live next to people who look like them, talk like them, act like them, and they have a shared culture. Right? They don't want to assimilate. And that's okay. That's the takeaway from today. Right? But if you think they should assimilate into your culture, you're wrong. You're wrong. And if you equate the protesters with the rioters will become the rioters. They're currently not. but they will become the rioters if you keep equating them. Because they're going to say, well, at this point, I might as well burn a damn city down because they still ain't listening to me. I said it nice. I was peaceful. And still you didn't listen. You didn't hear me when I said I didn't want the police to be killing people while they're in handcuffs. And I didn't want the police to be using my kids for a cash machine by extorting them out of their property. Racial profiling, that's what it's for. It's for revenue generation, municipal revenue generation. You have to know that. That's all it's about. They're playing the race card. They're going around and they're seeing people with a 10-year-old car. They see a black person behind the wheel. They're like, oh boy, that guy doesn't have a lawyer. That's what that's about. He's probably got some paperwork issues in the car. Might have some dope on him. Let's go shake him down. That's what that's about. That's what that's about. Because they get a little attaboy and a little pat on the ass when they get back. You better know that. So if you're not a fan of the government intruding into your life, stand up for your black neighbor. Because they may not want to be like you, but they could damn sure use your support. And that's my video for today. Y'all be safe.